Hello, and welcome to our first annual Worthy Wildcat Awards ceremony. My name is Libby Gilman, and I'm our National Honor Society president. This new program will highlight the incredible spirit we've had here at South Vermillion through the thick and thin of this school year, and just as importantly, continue it into the future. Here is our NHS advisor to explain what it's all about.
So often in our society and our schools, we celebrate the best and the brightest, which isn't a bad thing. They should be celebrated for their outstanding achievements on the field, the court, the stage, and the classroom. However, what about those who just work hard every day, doing their best within a given classroom, showing kindness to others, and simply making a difference in their own unique ways? Shouldn't they be celebrated as well? I, along with my students at the National Honor Society, think they should, and that's why we've started the Worthy Wildcats Award. Students can be nominated by any of their teachers for a variety of reasons. So whether a student has shown tremendous growth in the classroom, has overcome challenges to reach their goals, or simply exhibits noble characteristics like courage, resilience, and kindness, these awards celebrate our students, not for just what they do, but for who they are.
Thank you, Mr. Locks. These teachers have gotten to know their students throughout the year, so these nominations are a testament to the character and growth exhibited by the students, which is why they're being recognized today.
I'm here with Landon Wilkie. He is one of my two nominees for the Worthy Wildcat Award. Landon and Jacqueline Allen are two of my students in my first hour U.S. history class, and both of them exhibit fine qualities and make teaching a pleasurable experience. And Landon here specifically has the highest grade of any junior in my U.S. history class. He is a class leader, is amazing with participation. If he feels like the pulse in the class is low, he's willing to kick it up and spark great discussions. He's also been willing to, on his own, take on extra work that'll help future classes that I have in U.S. history have like key topics throughout time, so that way he can show and explore his own passion for U.S. history and the world wars. So Landon is very worthy of this award. I couldn't ask for a better student to have in my first class ever here at South Vermillion High School, and if I'm fortunate enough to have one Landon in all of my classes, then my time and years here will be very good. The other award winner who's not here currently is Jacqueline Allen. She is someone I've seen come a long, long way. I'm exceptionally proud of her. Like I said, she's in the same class as Landon, and she is very insightful. She's has great on-the-spot ability to improvise and look through history, and the one that sticks out the best to me is we were studying the Great Depression, and we were talking about Hoovervilles, and she drew the similarity between Dr. Seuss and the Who, and it was really kind of a neat little like aha moment where we had to pause the class and discuss, was President Hoover, in the Whoville, was there a correlation there that the author that had Dr. Seuss going, was that what he was looking for? So Jacqueline and Landon both exemplified to me what it means to be a worthy Wildcat. They're amazing humans. They're going to do great things in the world, and once again, if I could have two of them in every one of my classes moving forward, I think my time here will be very well spent, and I hope that they continue to do great things and come back and inform me on what their future holds.
I'm Mrs. Dencher, and I teach math, Algebra 1 and Integrated 1, and the students that I have chosen are students who aren't necessarily straight A students, but they're students that I feel have really made a huge change this year from the beginning of the year until the end. So my first student is Caden McLean. Caden first came and he didn't speak much, and when he did it was usually a little disruptive, and he has just done an outstanding job of getting his work in, learning to speak in turn. He has come a long way. He's worked hard at opening up and doing what he's being asked. He is very good in math, and he does a great job in class answering questions. He's doing a great job at being respectful, listening, and just meeting all his goals within the classroom. So congratulations, Caden. I hope you have a great summer.
I'm blessed to have the opportunity to work with many kind and talented students, but it's rare that I encounter someone who challenges me on various levels while teaching me important lessons from a different perspective. That's something I really appreciate, especially when it's done in a way that illustrates how we can see some things very differently and yet still respect one another. That's why I would like to recognize Axel England, who has shown tremendous growth this year and has been an absolute pleasure to teach.
Mr. Basin nominated Briar Cohen for the Worthy Wildcat Award. He says Briar is a quiet young man who goes about his business and gets his work done without a lot of fanfare. If something doesn't go his way when working on a project, he steps back, reevaluates the situation, and finds a solution to the problem. He says he recently manufactured his CO2 dragster to all the specifications and came away the winner of the class race. He's a competitor and wants to do well and succeed. Briar will do whatever it takes, within the standards and expectations of the class, of course, to get the job done. He just flies under the radar, but he's very deserving of this award.
Having had this student in my English class last year, I probably would have described him as a pretty nice guy, good athlete, and an unenthusiastic student at best. Fortunately, however, I've had the privilege of getting to teach him again this year in my speech class, and I've been truly impressed by how much he's grown and matured in every way. This previously unmotivated student suddenly turned into a real dynamo and leader, whether it entailed getting up and making a presentation in front of the class or leading his team to a victory in debate. He even shared with me that he's now interested in honing these skills to become an attorney. So needless to say, I'm really proud of this young man, Dallas Kraft, and I hope to see him continue to take positive steps toward achieving his dreams, whatever they may be.
Sean Cummins has walked the hallways with his contagious smile for a long time at South Vermillion. He is friendly with all the students and staff, and he tries his best at everything that comes his way. COVID-19 has been difficult for Sean due to his love for school. I nominated Sean for this Worthy Wildcat Award for his determination and perseverance.
My next student has been a challenge for me in many ways, but an interesting one at that. Whenever this person has had to face a new task, the initial response has always been, I can't do that. Which is inevitably followed by a pep talk, a reminder that it's not a choice, another pep talk, and then finally the student proving to me, to themselves, and to the entire class that not only can they do it, but that they can do it quite well. Both in English and speech, it has been a pleasure to see this student push themselves beyond their self-limiting barriers to become better and better. So it makes me genuinely happy and truly proud to present this award to Jillian Doe.
The next student I've chosen is Jordy Effner. Jordy has turned around 100% in math. He is more attentive to school and in class. He is working hard and making changes and just doing a great job on his math. He has a great attitude towards learning, and he is encouraging others in class as well as helping them. And Jordy, I'm just really proud at how much you've grown this year, and I hope you have a really great summer.
I nominate you, Austin Elkins, because I can't express how extremely proud I am of you. There were several times throughout your high school career that I feared you would not graduate, but this year you have completely turned it around. Not only are you succeeding in all of your classes, but you have made up all of your missing credits through Apex. You come into my classroom every single day ready to work. It is very hard to change old habits, but I have watched you make that necessary change. Not only do you get everything done, you are more than willing to help your peers with something they are struggling with. When you are not in class, I am absolutely lost because I rely on you for so much. Thank you for all of the laughs. You will be greatly missed in my classroom.
Hello, for my first Wildcat Award, I am presenting a certificate to Greggy Ferguson for always being willing to help out in the classroom, always being nice and kind to his classmates. He's been a great help this year with passing out papers and things like that. For my second Wildcat Award, I am presenting a certificate to David Miles. I would just like to say one thing, David, I lost the game.
Mrs. Dunnigan, a math teacher at South Vermillion High School, has nominated Hunter Fyock for the Worthy Wildcat Award. He takes his work in her class very seriously, and she appreciates that about him. They had a bit of a rocky road for the first part of the year, but she says he adapted well. She can count on him to do his best on every task, and to ask questions and add insights during class on a daily basis. She has noticed a marked improvement in Hunter over the year, and she appreciates him for adding to the overall classroom environment. Mrs. Dunnigan has also nominated Aubrey Swayze for this award. She's quiet in class, but she says Aubrey is a worker bee. She can count on her to complete assignments, whether they have a substitute, run out of time in class, or if she has missed class for some reason, always and no matter what. She's certain to do what it takes to complete the work assigned. Mrs. Dunnigan appreciates Aubrey very much for going the extra mile and for putting in extra time outside of class to accomplish her goals. She's not one to make excuses, and she just gets the job done. Mrs. Dunnigan has finally nominated Addison Smith for the Worthy Wildcat Award. She said that Addie is unique in her mature approach to classwork. She buys in and does what she's asked to do, and even more. She understands that assignments are made for a reason and to develop understanding of concepts. She can count on her to not only complete assignments, but to follow through and be sure she understands what she's doing. She realizes the importance of understanding as she goes, as algebra concepts build throughout the year. She says that Addie's maturity far surpasses her age.
I nominate you, Logan Gailey, for the Worthy Wildcat Award. You were in my forensics class, my first period, and I have watched you grow so much over the course of the year. You are always prepared for class. You always ask wonderful questions. I have seen you work in the lab where you have taken good, careful instructions and done an excellent job on things that really have stretched you as a student.
Thank you.
I think that you are a wonderful person. I think that you have been a wonderful addition to my class. You're always the one who has insightful comments, and I know that you have taken it above and beyond because you have come back to class and talked to me about how you have gone and studied further about a topic that we were learning on. I know that the e-learning was a struggle for you, but you were always very good at getting your assignments in and doing a good job on your assignments. And so that is why I have nominated you. You're welcome.
God bless you.
I have nominated Gavin Hill for the Worthy Wildcat Award. And Gavin, I just want you to know that you have improved so much from your freshman year to your sophomore year. Work ethic, effort has improved tremendously. You're a good example in the classroom of what we would like other students to work like. Really appreciate the fact that you have found the motivation and the drive to really turn things around with your grades. You're just doing fantastic. And the path that you're on now is going to lead to a lot of successes. So congratulations, and look forward to working with you over the next couple of years.
Mrs. Lawson, student teacher, has nominated Brett Hickson for being an awesome honors geometry student who is always engaged in class, completes all work, and tries his best every day. Mrs. Lawson's student teacher has also nominated Mary Cokie for being a great honors geometry student who works hard to master all the content and tries her best every day. Finally, Mrs. Lawson's student teacher has nominated Bishop Millinger for being an excellent geometry student who is engaged in class, asks great questions, and works hard to complete all the assignments.
Kiara Hollister has been a peer tutor and volunteer in my class for the past 2 years. She is an asset to my class in many ways. Kiara is organized, dependable, and most importantly, patient. She is willing to help out wherever needed and is considering a future in this type of work. I nominated Kiara Hollister for for this award because of her compassion and dedication.
It is my privilege to give this Wildcat Worthy Award to Isabella Inman. I nominated Isabella because she is one of those dedicated students who thinks nothing of giving her time to others, especially her first hour classmates who bug her endlessly. So her dedication to her studies has really impressed me. She has far improved from her first semester in English 12 and just become an all-around stellar student. So I'm very proud of her and also would consider her more than Wildcat worthy.
As I've said before, I've been blessed to have the privilege of teaching a number of outstanding students this year, including one of the finest honors classes I've ever had. And the next student I would like to recognize is certainly one of them. However, it's not the fact that he's kind, intelligent, participative, and hardworking that led to this nomination. It's his courage and resilience. Many people can flourish in a situation where everything is going their way. However, the real measure of a person is how they respond in times of crisis. Their ability to overcome adversity is what separates those people. And no adult or student I know has illustrated that any better than Cash Jones. So I'm honored to have the opportunity to recognize him for continuing to be a leader and a role model in spite of some of the challenges he's had to face along the way.
I have nominated Keegan Judy for the Worthy Wildcat Award. Keegan, I've had you in school now for a couple years, and you're a very dependable young man. I can always count on you to work the best of your ability. You're very good about helping your peers. You've been a very good example in terms of your work ethic. I really appreciate that. Wonderful sense of humor. Not only do you work hard in school, but I know you work out of school too. And I really respect that a lot. I've just appreciated getting to know you over the last couple of years, and look forward to the next couple of years for you to continue the successful path that you're on. Thank you.
I nominate you, Nate Judy, for the Worthy Wildcat Award. There are several reasons why I had picked you, but I will keep it at a minimum because this makes me really nervous. Often I am impressed with my students, but rarely am I inspired. Your willingness to keep persevering through tough times like e-learning, I know you didn't have internet, e-working, all that, with absolutely no excuses has always impressed me. You are one of the very few students I had that had no missing assignments through the times we were on lockdown, besides the one PE assignment, but that's okay.
I didn't know I was there.
It's all right. You would ask for help when needed, and you made sure you got everything turned in. To watch your work ethic grow immensely from your freshman year has been awesome to see. So thank you so much for your determination and dedication to your schoolwork. I can't wait to see what your senior year will bring. So good job.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'd like to recognize someone who has truly surprised me this semester, and I mean that in the most wonderful way. Someone who was very guarded, even a little combative on occasion. But then we did something that people too often forget to do in an increasingly divisive society. We actually talked to one another. We learned to better understand and respect where the other was coming from. And since then, I have seen an amazing 180 from this young lady who has proven herself to be strong, kind, talented, intelligent, and a real leader in the making. Chloe Lane.
Hi, my name is Jenny Esselman, and I teach the health careers class here at South Vermillion High School. We actually have students from South Vermillion, North Vermillion, Park Heritage, and Riverton Park. I chose one student from South Vermillion for the Worthy Wildcat Award, and that is Jamie Philhauer. I nominated Jamie for this award for several reasons. First of all, she shows up every day to class with a smile on her face. She has a positive attitude. She is passionate about the healthcare field. She actually works at Clinton Gardens. She's an activities assistant, and she's always sharing stories with us and about taking care of residents and how much she enjoys it. Now I have the pleasure of working with Jamie at Clinton Gardens doing our clinicals. because she will soon be getting her certified nursing assistant. And now I can see why all the residents love her and why she does a good job, such a good job as the activities assistant, because she does very well with them at clinicals. She's doing a wonderful job. She jumps right in whenever anyone asks for help. All the other students rely on Jamie for help. If they have questions, I think a lot of times they go to her even before they go to me. And she's always there. She happily assists them. She never complains. I think Jamie has a really bright future ahead of her in the medical field, and especially if she can maintain her compassionate attitude and her great work ethic, I think she'll do great things.
The next student that I have chosen for this award is Sean Price. Sean has really been coming out of his shell this year. He is just doing a fabulous job. He's making connections in math and is applying the knowledge to the current content that we're learning. He is turning things in, answering questions in class, and just has an overall great attitude towards learning. Sean has just come a great way this year, and I'm just very proud of him. Congratulations, Sean. I hope you have a great summer. The last student that I've chosen is Josh Harcourt. Josh is doing a great job this year. He is making connections and he's turning in his math. He's got great math ability and is turning into a deeper understanding of concepts. He's helping others, he's asking questions, and he is just doing a great job. 100% improvement, and I couldn't be prouder. Congratulations, Josh, and I hope you have an awesome summer.
Another student who represents a number of vastly different views from my own, but has earned my admiration for her kindness, her respectful demeanor, her ability to overcome adversity, her consistent contributions in the classroom, and her overall growth, is Savannah Russell. I have really enjoyed seeing her continual evolution and look forward to seeing what else she accomplishes in the future.
Good morning, I am Mrs. Woniger, and I chose Julian Sykes to be the recipient of the Worthy Wildcat Award. Julian comes to class every day ready to work. He's always very polite, very determined, and he does an amazing job in the intro to engineering class that he has with me. I would really like to give him this award because he works so hard and his designs are almost to perfection according to the speculations and the specifications that I set in class. So he is more than worthy to receive this award. Thank you, Julian, for all your hard work that you do in my class for me.
Our science department chair at South Million High School, Mrs. Terry, has nominated Isaiah Stewart for being such a nice young man who always says hello and has such a positive attitude.
While I truly love my students and have been impressed overall with this year's freshman class, every now and then a student truly separates themselves from the pack, not just academically or athletically, but through their outstanding character traits. That's why I would like to recognize Gabe Wright, who not only has a great work ethic, but also exhibits the characteristics of a fine young man with heart, empathy, and courage. And these are the qualities that truly separate him as someone deserving of this recognition.
Congratulations to all the worthy Wildcats we just saw, and thank you to those teachers who nominated them for the award they deserve. It's not only the student-teacher relationship that made these people stand out. It goes deeper. Whether someone works hard at their personal goals or always sees the good in others, these are the traits that make a worthy Wildcat. And there's one person here at South Vermillion who knows them when he sees them. Here's Mr. Idlewind.
Good evening, good afternoon, or good morning, Wildcats, whenever you're listening to this. I want to start out by congratulating everyone on the Worthy Wildcat Award. And I put together a few words today to commend the students who have received this award. As I listened to Mr. Lotz's speech about the Worthy Wildcat Awards and the criteria set forth by the National Honor Society for these nominations, I am flooded with thoughts about so many of the relationships that I have had with friends, former colleagues, former classmates, and even former South Vermillion High School students. And I can't help but think about the most valued of those relationships are those with the people who exemplify the characteristics that is being described here today. For all of us adults who have a few years under our belt, we know that many of the most successful people in society are not necessarily the ones who were able to go through their academic careers flawlessly and without worry, but is the ones who overcome challenges, who are resilient in doing what is right and strive to be the best versions of themselves possible. I know that this is the first year for this award. I, however, have to believe that the Worthy Wildcat Award might be the most important accolade that we give out here at South Vermillion High School. As I look at the list of these students, I'm very proud of each and every one of them. It is obvious that you have already positively impacted the people around you at a young age, and that is such a great accomplishment. When I think of this award, I can't help but think of one of my favorite poems, which was written by Alton Maiden, who was a former player at Notre Dame, while he was sitting in an Irish cemetery in Ireland. It is called The Dash. I've seen death staring at me with my own eyes in a way many cannot know. I've seen death take a lot of other people and leave me here below. I've heard many mothers' cries that death refused to hear, and in my life, I've seen a lot of faces filled with many, many tears. After death has come and gone, a tombstone sits for many to see. It's not more than a symbol of a person's memory. I know the person's name, I read the date of birth, dash, and the date the person passed. But the more I think about the tombstone, the only important thing is the dash. Yes, I see the name of the person, but that I might forget. I also read the date of birth and death, but even that might not stick. But thinking about the person, I can't help but think about the dash, because that represents a person's life, and that will always last. So when you begin to charter your life, make sure you're on a positive path. People may forget your birth and death, but they will always remember and never forget your dash. As you move forward from today, I encourage you to continue to strive to become the best version of yourself as possible, and to never forget the impact that your dash has on others. Go forth, worthy Wildcats, and fight on. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Idlewine. As we close out for summer vacation, remember that once you're a Wildcat, you're always a Wildcat. Keep up the good in the world, because together we can make a difference.
Have a great summer.